What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review the second album by American rock band Mayday Parade. Based this product is called Anywhere But Here. Basically, this project is called Anywhere But Here, and it came out in the fall of 2009. So within pitches about it, as far as who's supposed to have, this is a newer type band for me to get to. Not so much newer in terms of how long they've been around, but within the pitch of them showing up on the channel as far as these pitches going to happen. Want to get to some of these type phrase. There's another more or less seemed like some larger type deals within that on the punk scene and fairs like that. Pitches, some of those that fairs was kind of pitch as far as saying this particular album did not really have like a gallant kind of large spread kind of single pitch like that. Really, there was one that was kind of on like the Heat Seekers chart or something within that variety about a more wayside kind of rock chart. That was one particular single off this album, Kids in Love, as far as these first album, but it didn't seem to hit like the US main charts, alternative charts, and like rock charts as far as the Billboard 100 as far as these first albums. Excellent type ordeal, still classic in my opinion. Definitely some excellent type pitches to get here, pitches like that. This kind of variety. Now the fair about this album as far as like the products of it kind of happen is it's kind of punk, but it kind of combines it with like post grunge. It's kind of like a post grunge kind of punk album, which is an interesting type pitch within some that fairs, because there's some ones on here you definitely get like the dope kind of emo gliss type fashion, like some post embrace pitches like that, like those typical type varieties that like particularly My Chemical Romance, Under Oath, some of those type bands kind of do pitches like that. Was the aspect as far as saying it takes like there's a mild bit of like leftover summer romping on here, similar to like Blink 182 and Trap, some of those type folks, but it's also within the pitch as far as saying it has the aspect of this. It does have like some stretching type ones pitches like that. So it's kind of the ordeal, good commerce type fair pitches like that. It's missed the fray as far as like active kind of things in mind with like company bound pitches like that. Not to say like that, but just the pitch as far as saying some fairs to keep a flame in mind within some of these type pitches. Not so much designated for just like strictly kind of just house bound or venue bound or like parking lot bound, some of these type fairs pitches like that. But within the fray, like shopping mall bound, some of these type pitches. So it's within the variety as far as saying within the aspect within the phrase, but it has some excellent type pitches getting towards the product as far as talking about like some excellent and good goings on as far as these pitches go. But it's within the aspect as far as saying that the particular fair this is, it's kind of like a neon punk type album, so it's kind of within the pitch as far as saying this has a good dazzle about it within the pitch as far as like the spiffiness. Now, really within the variety, it actually feels like there's more commerce type songs and more just kind of parkside kind of flair pitches like that, just appreciating like the city side and just out in the fray, some of these type just outdoor type bounds more so than the full bound aspect. It just has more kind of radio and music type jingles amongst it, more so than like the fray, like if you're thinking like a song like, there's one song off here that reminds me of Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy, but there's really not a ton of house party kind of just jumpers and really dance club venue type spots to marinate and have terribly much. Not really a restaurant type fair pitch like that. So it's kind of an aspect. But the aspect behind this particular product is it does deal with like the product of this kind of out in the fray, kind of within the conduct of time waste, and strictly probably it's really not so much amidst like the phrase of kind of like noon and 1 o'clock. There's a little bit of shopping mall type music on here within a certain type sense for like date afternoons pitches like that, but within the aspect kind of figuring out the moments, not so much like strictly the post hour type fits, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock p.m., but more 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock within the after products of this kind of time waste that kind of spills into like particular occasional kind of venue products, but also just within the pitch of just like particular just smokes and just aspects of like phone connect and fairs like that amidst the pitch. So it's just kind of variety as far as those fairs happen, but just the aspect of this like good late shift kind of joyride and time waste, just with an aspect of good late shift kind of time waste and joyride within the pitch of this demon time type fair within the aspect of this like particular just having like the aspect of this shit on your mind to do within those pitches. So this kind of product, and some of it, I mean, it works pretty well. It's not as if it's like full bound kind of with an aspect of complete wanderlust. It's not like that's a problem with these pitches. It's not full bound wanderlust, but it's just a pitch just having like some parkside type jumps kind of pick up some of these type fairs, parkside type fair, smoke type product, just out in the fray pitch like that, festivals, some of these type good type products, tailgating within the legality of it, pitch like that, parking lot type fair within certain aspects if it's not considered loitering. This is a pitch, some of those type fairs. Just be able to say, I'm reviewing the deluxe edition of this album, pitches like that. There's 13 songs in the deluxe edition. I There's 13 songs in the deluxe edition. Recommend all 13, so 10 out of 10 album pitches like that. So lead single off this album is The Silence. It's like a late shift surfing to get. Just a good 80s flavor, kind of new wave streaking to get here. Pitches like that. Just grab like some matzahs. I mean mozzarella sticks. Pitches like that. Some stuff there. Just places like Sonic and Culver. Some stuff aspects. Good tones like that. Other type places. Just Parkside type John's pitches like that. Some stuff there. So it's just kind of the pitch. To say within the legality of it, considering there not being like some degree of like particular kind of just like harbinger about the concept of just being at a parkside with an after effect of having like a good swisher or two, something like that within the phrase of this kind of late shift type era, just kickback, just within the aspect of this commenting pitches like that. But this kind of variety definitely gives vibes. Like if you like particular songs, like This Is Such a Pity by Weezer, songs type pitches, I think that's the particular type of song. It's the neon type one, the more club single type one off of Make Believe from 2005. I think it's This Is Such a Pity, but it's kind of pitches. It might be Perfect Situation, one of those type ones. But just paying attention to like that particular variety, something like that, is this kind of aspect as far as saying within some type fairs. If it's not either of those two, I'll put in the connotation. But just being able to say within those pitches, as far as paying attention, just kind of 80s flavor, new wave, reminds folks like REM in particular, like Depeche Mode, folks like that. Just some of those type ones that just speed along good pitch like that. Probably Billy Idol, some stuff folks could pitch like that, but just good varieties. Nice. This does kind of have some dance club type varieties about it when I think about it within pitch like this. This kind of a good aspect. Kind of gives me more streaking type vibes within the pitch, but it also works as a pretty good jam or just like consistent kind of night type glam pitch like that for like some date step outs, good pitches. Just appreciate like the sparkle of it. Kids in Love is a hitting type one. It's like this good type fire. It's the most popular song in terms of like the casual type appeal that it got commercial wise. But the actual most popular song according to Spotify is Anywhere But Here. But there's some ones on here that do have like some pretty thorough popularity. The second most popular song is I Swear This Time I Mean It, which has 28 million. Anywhere But Here is the most popular, which has 30 million, and the most popular charting song was Kids in Love, which has 16 million. But it's interesting that I Swear This Time I Mean It was not a single pitch like that, but that's the second most popular song. But this pitch like that, particularly The Silence is the lead single that didn't do that. That has only 6.6 million. So it's interesting pitches, but yeah, it's good type phrase that there are other type songs that had some pretty good popularity. Yeah, Kids in Love is a nice one. It's like a good sunset drifting get here. Saw like a tough movie, some stuff airs pitches like that. It seemed like a particular type movie that contributes to like the dredge factor, just getting back into like the Muzak type fray, like the weekday type blase pitch like that. Just the aspect like, damn it, now I gotta go back to work after seeing this BS pitches like that. And I'd say it's full bound like ravenous kind of fiery, kind of pissed off and angry as fuck, but this kind of pitch it just probably didn't contribute to the most pep of like the fair, just something that really had like the spark type factor of being kind of duplicit or something like that, some of those stuff airs. But good nice one to pick up like a plushie for a flame pitch like that. Some of the stuff airs just slim pitch, just kind of variety amongst some of the stuff aspects. It's just kind of one of those elated or belated type ones that's just kind of, it feels more kind of chum along and glumish, more so than like the fair is something that kind of has like the usual kind of pink skies kind of disc. It's not so much balmy, it's kind of like the negative flip side to balmy, kind of glum, I guess you say, not balmy, but on the glum side of just kind of pink skies. So this pitch like that was just good type fairs within those pitches. It's more just like a bittersweet type fair pitch like that, but has good type varieties. Just probably just some blase type movie pitch like that, but good fairs about it. Grab like a plushie, something like that. Some of those type fairs. Anywhere But Here's the title track off this album, and it's excellent type song, third single, good pitch like that. It's the most popular song according to Spotify. It's like a solid radio grab to get here, pitch like that. Just a punk smear kind of get, amidst like some city gliss, I'd say, pitch like that. Just good, nice fair to pick up. Snowballs, pink kind of snowballs, gas station food, some of those type pitches. Almond Joy, some of those type pitches on top. Almond Joy bars, some of those type pitches on top of that, good pitches like that, and just kind of toke a little bit within these fairs. Some of these type phrases are just good amidst like the night shift kind of just biting aspects of it, good pitches like this. So this kind of fair is just good aspects of like Demon Time, just without like the haunting typeness of like a band like Korn or Marilyn Manson or particular like Mushroom Heads and stuff folks on the pitch, but just good gliss type factor within the aspect, just appreciating like the starry kind of city scene, just less kind of amidst like the city. So it's just kind of more streak along pitch like that. Some stuff fair is just kind of within the gliss type factor, just good aspects of just after hours fun. Not so much full bound joyriding, but just kind of miss the pitch of this kind of in the night freight pitch like that. But just some good type fairs. Yeah, snowballs, almond joy pitch like that. Just good, nice good, nice tune, get some tokage in your system if you don't have to drive too terribly much within pitches like that. Just kind of phrase this extra type products get tore up kind of going. Now within the fair, within the commonplace kind of about it, within pitches like that, it's kind of within the variety is more type things within the pitch. It is having more kind of the aspect of having to kind of take the helm and pitch like that. Not to say it's full bound within the pitch of like that, like not to say it's full bound with like a gripe type facet within that. Not to say it's full bound within like a gripe type facet like that, but it's kind of pitch as far as saying the tear up type fashion is kind of on here, but it's more within the variety of discs. Paying attention that it's kind of the aspect that it has this album has a particular kind of romantic flair about it within some type pitches, and it just is the balance of keeping that in mind with like the tear up type fashion. If it really is just dolos, just you and a gal, or just pitches like that, some stuff pairs where you have to be responsible for like the traffic of it as far as these pitches can happen. So this kind of aspect, whether or not you'd want to bring other folks just for the designation of being able to get tore, whether or not you'd want to bring other folks just for the designation of being able to get tore up pitches like that. It's not within that particular variety of just not finding the ability, but it's just kind of pitches just saying a lot of these particular songs have the aspect that it's kind of gliss along pitches like that. So just appreciating like the joyrides, fairs like that, and stuff aspects from the tone as far as just pitches. So like good, consistent kind of fury and Fast and Furious type outing type fray pitch. Not so much Fast and Furious in terms of like speed along, just like getting tickets, fairs like that, but this kind of pitch of this good factor, this like after products, this like gal events pitch like this. Is the fair, probably some aspects within it, but just kind of within the compromise whether or not the availability would kind of happen. It's just kind of a more personal type album within the pitch as far as this first album. It's good type pitches, paying attention to it. Probably can get some degree of tokage in there somehow. Here's like that, but that's the promotion about this album, pitches like that. I do recommend all 13 songs, pitches like that, good type fairs, just paying attention to the product of it. But there's some excellent type ones on here, good pitches like that, particularly Get Up is a hitting type one. It's like a feeling pep, kind of ready for festivity, kind of outdoor fun to get here, pitches like that. Just readying and some chirps, pitches like that. Soon stuff where deals just get the gallop of it going, figure out the next modes, pick up like some Andes chocolate, some of these stuff here for like a diva in mind, pitches like that. Something kind of keep the aspect of the mode kind of consistent, pitches like that. Have some lays nearby, pitches like that. Some stuff here for just like the fray, some extra type products just to kind of have like for party favors as well within pitches like that. Just probably throwing some 40 ounces once again within the availability kind of a pitch like that, whether or not it is just going to be a house party type appeal, but just the aspect of just like products of it. It's one of those punk type ones, kind of like What's My Age Again by Blink-182, but just more with the aspect of just like more commotion kind of in mind, whether it is just backyard kind of smokage or just some sort of festivity pitch like that. Some of those type of arrangements, good aspects within the tone, but just good pitch as far as like the product of this. Collect towards getting towards some tear up. Center of Attention is a quality type one, like the appeal. Good aspects here is like a nice perked up kind of bustle and readying for like a house party / club type fair pitch like that. It's kind of like Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy, some of these type pitches. Center of Attention is more of one amidst like the aspect of like the commonplace pitches like that as far as these pairs going to happen, more within the aspect of like the actual goings on, not to say more amidst the aspect of the goings on some type fairs where there is going to be a house party kind of kick off, where there be some red cup or blue cup type fairs pitches like that. It's kind of variety as far as paying attention, just some good type phrase as far as paying attention like the particular conduct. Now within the aspect, probably this would be more of a playlist type song pitches like that within variety, because the commonplace, there's not like a good several kind of clones of this particular song on here. Now I would say songs like The Silence and Anywhere But Here do have like some factors, but they kind of have a little bit more kind of amidst like the wandering type fair about it, but it's good type pitches. I would definitely say the particular one, Get Up and Center of Attention, probably The Silence are some good nice ones. Gonna have like the tear up type fashion of disc gathering kind of pop off pitches like that, good aspects there. The Memory is a hitting type one. This is on the deluxe edition. Definitely easily recommend to get the deluxe pitches like that. It's like a hot kind of rainy kind of makeshift grit to get here. Typical kind of gray and doldrums kind of listlessness pitches like that. This probably needs some pick me ups for flames and mind pitches like that. So stuff fair. So it's just kind of aspect just like that particular this blase type point within the fray behind it. Just easily pick up like a York peppermint pie. Usually pick up like a York pie. Some of these type pitches, some of these type tones from the aspect just kind of fray about it. Yeah, but just that particular radio type grab pitch is like that. It's more within the aspect, probably within these particular fairs. I'm surprised that this didn't have like some degree. The singles off this album are very interesting within these pitches, but I do feel like The Memory definitely has some good radio type appeal pitches like that. It's the aspect like particular, just kind of within like a primer to the way good portion of like 2010s type fast is going to happen with this, the aspect of this report to work, just kind of typical kind of this Just report to work, Tibble kind of clock in, pitches like that, just amongst like the dredge factor and just the doldrum-esque-ness about a pitch like that, but good type fares. Save Your Heart's a hitting type 1. It's like a usual kind of sunset punk release to get in like a stretching kind of romp power. Some of these type fares pitches like that. It's kind of a Fritos run, probably pick up some cool pens, pick up like some cool pens, things like that with the flame in mind, since that pitches within the tones. This kind of aspect hit up like a hot topic, since that fares, just figure out some aspect, get Nightmare Before Christmas, one of these type 1 since type aspects, some of these type particular tones of Edward Scissorhands, and that pitches within the product as far as these pitching on, but just excellent within the phrase as far as paying attention towards it. Good type products about it. Still Breathing is a nice one within these pitches, like a nice kind of 2000s post grunge kind of brisk along. I'd say here, good pitches like that. It's a light lit kind of Three Doors Down kind of vibes. So nice stuff fares with like a punk fit about it. So it's kind of the fray. It's kind of within the relative. Now this is not like a superb kind of. The particular album is not a superbly large kind of aspect of like a mainstead kind of focus within the usual grit factor, like the makeshift kind of blasé kind of aspect as far as saying this the particular product, money take day fare taken care of, but this kind of pitch as far as saying this the product of this within the product of keeping more so within like the alignment of keeping kind of things. There's a mild amount of makeshift on here, like Still Breathing pitch like that, but it kind of feels like an afterthought compared to like the Farrah disc getting towards the like the product of like Diva, Gal, and Flame fits as far as these first albums. So it's just excellent type pitches having that particular the juggle. That's some good type fairs being able to pay attention towards it, but it's this kind of pitch as far as saying this within the aspect of this the personal type fair within pitches like that. So just the variety as far as saying just within the aspect as long as keeping in mind that it really is that much of like a coast along within those pitches. Kind of fair if you are steadfast and like the pitch behind it works a breeze and a snap pitch like that, kind of has variety as far as saying that's the particular aspect. There probably would be like a song or two on here. There is like some joyride type songs, pitches like that, sometimes type 1s. Like I would feel like The End is like that, Still Breathing is kind of like that, and like Save Your Heart kind of has like some relief type factor within these pitches. It just like the aspect of being done, but it's kind of pitch of this. It's like a clean fit kind of disc, wrangle and rope up as far as this first album. So it's excellent with the pitch as far as saying this the aspect particular fair has like the breeze of being able to focus full bound disc on like the product of like particular kind of disc, extra goodies and spoiled type fashions pitch like that, and this the product is seeing an extra movie or 3 for the month fares like that, since the product's just extra type products. Now not to say it's full bound as if hands tied every last moment, but this the pitch is this within the product, this the further type fair, just focusing on good release type fashion and just fares amongst like vibe check pitches like that. Trying to think some other type 1s I haven't talked about on here, pitches like that. I don't think I've talked about, I swear this time I mean it's the hitting type 1s, like a solid kind of porch grazing get here, just personal. As long as like some good personal meme and phone dive as far as these fairs can have an excellent pitches like that. Just have like some cool ranch Doritos nearby fairs like that. Just party fairs going with them pitch it is localized type fashion. So this is solid kind of homebound connect pitches like that. Some of the fairs definitely good, nice fair to bust out like the personal memes pitches like that. Just more soft spoken, good touching and Kodak kind of moments, pitches like that, sunset fairs within it. This phone dive type fairs, pitch like that, this sort of shit like what sort of apps are on your phone, pitch like that, just yeah, what makes your phone tick, some of these type pitches. Do you have like particular like boomerang on your phone, some of these type pitches, just aspects like that, some of these type fairs, but good type pitches, core and some of these type fairs, some of those type aspects, it's kind of pitch for saying, yeah, show me your boomerang, some of these type pitches, just aspects, some of those type phrase about a good pitch like that, but just kind of tone within those particular varieties is good aspect. Now back in those particular days, that was kind of before like full bound kind of phone apps pitch like that, but this kind of aspects as far as some of those stuff fairs nowadays, it's good type pitch for like summerside kind of orange skies gazing pitches like that. Talk a little bit probably within those fairs on top of that, but definitely some core and Doritos. If You Can't Live Without Me, Why Aren't You Dead Yet? It's a hitting type 1s, like a jetting along kind of supply run type song pitch like that. Good nice song to come through for a flame pitch like that since the first. This kind of aspect, just the variety, just something kind of in mind, like yeah, maybe you're behind in some of these type favorites. This the aspect, just like yeah, I'm gonna make it up to you. Not so much in a mistake type fashion, but just some come through type vibes, just feeling emboldened pitches like that since the varieties of just being head honcho type fair and just whooping that ass as far as this person I'm just doing. Not so much cheesy kind of romantic, but just within the pitch as far as just the variety, just good come through type fashion pitch like that, some stuff fairs. But definitely like a supply run on top of that, pick up like some Malibu rum, pitch like that, hypnotics and stuff fairs, and some of these stuff pitches, this kind of aspect of this drop type fair. And this does have some homies type fashions on here as well within these pitches, not as full bound within the aspect, it's kind of more within the variety of this kind of more within like the tone of this kind of time waste with more flame and aspects of more pink tinted kind of punk in mind pitches like that, but there are some ones on here like Center of Attention, The Silence, Get Up, some of these type fairs, good pitches like that. I would probably say that I swear this time I mean it within certain aspects. A little bit frou-frou, but kind of pitch you probably could spark up a couple with like a pal, something like that within those pitches. There are some ones for like some commerce type fairs, like another one that's kind of like pretty much if you can't live without me, why aren't you dead yet? Has like the good type appeal, just like a jet along some of these type ones. Just kind of there are some quick songs on here within like the pitch, like some kind of just some glissy kind of city fair pitch like that. So it's just kind of within that particular type variety, good pitch like that. So it's the aspects of these type ones, but this kind of pitch, or you look at it in a blue or pink type 10 pitch like that, but it's just kind of variety as far as these pitch kind of happen. But trying to think of other type ones I haven't talked about on here. I think there's a couple more left I haven't talked about, one of which is Bruised and Scarred. Bruised and Scarred is like a good, elated, and dazed kind of punk evening balm to get here pitch like that. Good, nice one to grab popcorn pitch like that. Just romantic kind of car sit as far as these fairs going to go. Yeah, Bruised and Scarred is also kind of like a mild kind of emo punk type romp pitches like that. Some stuff right, but just the aspect, this car sit type fair pitches like that. Just appreciate like the sun gaze, some stuff, Baskin tone, definitely popcorn, some stuff fairs. And within the aspect, it works as like Parkside type fair pitch like that. But this kind of aspect of this within the fashion of this particular company kind of time waste pitches like that amongst the fray kind of about it, but it's this kind of pitch within the aspect. It's also pretty solid enough kind of gas station type strut within pitch like that, but it's kind of tone as far as just the particular. This feels a little bit more rosy than a particular this feels a little bit more rosy than a plainer kind of snack run pitch like that, but it's just some good type varieties, good excellent pitches. Yeah, definitely grab popcorn, just car sit fairs like that, romanced kind of car sit pitches like that. I'd say good pitches. The End is a hitting type one, good appeal. It's like a good usual evening slag to get in like an emo kind of post embrace kind of in an emo kind of post embrace kind of blase, I'd say, pitch like that. Just some blase kind of car time waste, I'd say here. Very similar to like Bruce and Scar pitch like that. Just kind of have like McDoubles, few pies for flames in mind, some of these baskets and tones, as far as these pitch can have. So this from the aspect is particular, just like Under Oath, just like My Chemical Romance, just like particular, like some of those type ones, AFI within certain type pitches, just those particular type ones, just that energy that you get kind of within that aspect of something for 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock p.m., just hitting up McAllister's or just good to be in the vehicle, done with shit as far as these pairs can have. I'm just kind of missed the aspect, but just kind of the definite aspect of this definite aspect of grubbing pitches like that. So The End is another good emo kind of vanilla post hours pitch like that. Definitely have some McDoubles fairs like that. But yeah, apple pie is something of that fair, custard pie for flames of mine pitch like that. Sunset varieties, good pitch like that. But look after here, I think that's about the fair, like the songs out this album I talked about, pitches like that, Sunset varieties. So just a pitch as far as saying, paying attention towards it here. Oh yeah, there might be one other type one. I don't think I'll talk about So Far Away. So Far Away, hitting type ones, like a quality of gassed and spoken kind of shopping mall and radio every day to get here. Pick up like some headbands, fairs like that, just the product of it. This is kind of a dissonant type song within pitches, but this has the aspect, this kind of a spacious type one with the aspect, like the tone of this particular, just the way you hear those type ones at like a shopping mall, and it's just kind of like the fair, just where you hear that in a vehicle in a shopping mall, kind of that day fair preoccupied pitch like that. Good, nice one to go toke to, so it's that fair. So this kind of, so it's definite hit song type fair for needing to re-up pitches like that, but it's this kind of variety of dislike, some aspects of dislike particular, just getting some shit done. This is one of these type of songs within the page. For the most part, a lot of this particular album feels like with an aspect of like folks along with you as far as these pitch can happen. This is one that's probably one of the few type ones that's like more just full bound dolo pitches like that. It's kind of variety, but just the pitch as far as saying getting some smoke type fashions in there on top of that. But this kind of pitch as far as saying just re-up type fashions, then like the particular tone about it. But just within pitches like that, just being able to say within the particular tone, within the fair, this is really not much. It's a social type album, but it's not within the pitch of like the variety of just talking about within like crowded kind of 30-35 people there kind of house party type fashion. So this kind of pitch probably like a crowd of 2, 3, or 4 people pitch like that. Some type aspects from the tone, probably not terribly gigantic, but just a pitch for saying, but definitely with the aspect of this flame along for a demon time kind of disc collecting fairs like that, say pitches like that. But yeah, 10 album. Social Score is going to go ahead. Now within the aspect, the fray about this album, this is a fun type album within pitch, like the activity that kind of goes on where it's just jaunting through Walmarts and fairs like that, Parkside type fairs, smokes in vehicles, some of these type pitches, shopping mall type stretches, some of these type aspects, Target runs late, some of these type fairs, pitches like that, just the aspect of particular kind of time waste, some of these type fairs is joyriding pitches like that, fairs like that, but it's this kind of pitch may mild bit of McDonald's and house party type fair pitches like that, but it's kind of variety as far as saying just in the aspect, like not It's just not carnage as far as this pitch goes. So this kind of pitch, it just has the aspect of this kind of more. It's more kind of preoccupied type activity pitches like that, which is not a problem. It's this kind of pitch as far as saying this aspect of this kind of hosting type aspects within the fray, just coming up with shit to do and the like of kind of coming up with shit to do and the like within fairs like that, but it's kind of more out in the fray as far as the pitch apps. So less homebound kind of hosting, more with fairs like Spotify and like particular rom-coms fairs like that. Just kind of more like the pitch of this, the aspect of figuring out some goings on within the pitch, like the out like the curriculum and like the night scene pitch like this. So this Friday, not so much more than just grab like a coney dog at Sonic's and stuff. There's pitch like that, but it's not as if that's tame or anything like that. But it's pitched like that. So 10 social, but it's just the aspect is just it's not the same. It's a social type album, but it's just not within the pitch like the collective like Bonanza and fairs like that. So it's a good type pitch, but 10 socialists being able to say. So in terms of the future, looking it up, particularly Mayday Parade at least has albums into the 2020s pitch like that. Some good type phrase. This was their second type one. They had an EP that came out before that in 2006. So some excellent type ordeals. I'm gonna get back to this particular band pitch like that. Some excellent type varieties, good hitting type fairs. Some of these type aspects, vicious type aspect. Good classic here to be able to get. It's the aspect of like some company type fair within the pitch. It is having activities kind of come up with and fairs like that within the variety like some night shift. Good fairs like that nails it. Some demon tongue kind of glisten speed along, so it just has some quick type tones that's very thrilling.